What is up, everybody? This is episode 42 of the Good Kraken Death Ratio Show. It is Tuesday, November 26th. I am your host today, Devin Stanford, aka the Vermilion Beard, aka Brevin the Dude.
AKA.
I'm also joined by tonight's Cherry Blossom,
Yes.
Shark Daddy himself, Ernell Pearson.
Hello,
How you
good
doing?
sir. How you doing, man? Yeah, it's another work day, man. It's good. I had pizza for dinner. That's nice. Unfortunately, what was not nice is that they didn't cut my pizza all the way. So when I picked up the first two slices, right? Because you know like a fucking real man, right? It'll make this like extra toxic, right? Like a real man, you pick up two slices at a time. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You just pull that bitch right off, right? And it's always like the first slice, but like, you know, like I'm taking two of those bitches. All of the toppings came off the slices. They just slid right off the fucker, right? And like
Where'd
all
you
my
go?
it was Domino's. It's Domino's. So I'm not surprised that they didn't fucking.
The Domino's around here is actually shitty, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
One time I ordered it, and I got like a I got a thin crust pizza, and you know how like they put a little bit of like basil and like oregano and stuff on top.
Mm-hmm.
They like peppered the fuck out of my like literally. I got it, and it looked like there was grass growing on my pizza. I was like, what? I got a free pizza out of it because I was just like, I was like, who does that? You know what I mean? Like,
it was just like disappointing because I was like, ooh, fuck, this pizza's gonna hit, right? Because that's like you only ever get pizza when pizza's like the fucking the thing, right? Like you've been craving it, or like you were like, you know what? Yeah, actually, pizza does sound fucking good, and now you're like amped up for it. It's always that's when you're having pizza. So when something disappointing like that happens to pizza, it's like doubly disappointing. You know what I mean? So it's
now I fucking want pizza,
man. Don't get Domino's off 171st and Halsey. That's right. I called you all out. Don't fuck up my pizzas, so then maybe I won't. You know
what toppings did you get?
It was a combination. It was a pretty basic combination. I added pineapple to it because I'm a fucking real human being with a, you know, taste flavor palate like an adult. But you know,
To this day, one of the best pizzas is pepperoni, bacon, pineapple, and jalapeno. To this fucking day. To this fucking day.
I have to find out what place we get it from because I always forget which joint it is. Well, there's a place that does this cheese pizza that's called the Golden Circle, and it's like, fuck me. Are you a feta fan? Are you a feta guy?
I like feta if it's done right. Yeah, Esco, I did get a haircut. You look.
Yeah, he quote Devin, look at that fucking mullet. Is what he said to me last night. Oh, Esco, come on. Dude, get the God, Esco. Yeah. Listen, guys, I don't know how to better explain to you that if you don't like pineapple on pizza, okay, you just weren't born with the goods to survive a post-apocalyptic situation. You know what I'm saying? Like
I hear people who don't like pineapple on pizza pronounce salmon as salmon.
That's what I'm saying, man. You know, it's like the level of survivability that you lack by just not liking pineapple on. That's where you draw the line. That's where you do, like, we have fried pickles in this world, and which I love. Don't get me wrong. But like, if anything, that should be what your enemy is. Why pineapple on pizza? Like, at the end of the world comes, and you're expected to eat MREs, okay, for the rest of your fucking life, okay? You're expected to eat Spam out of the can.
I wanna stop you there because the Chili Mac MRE fucks.
It fucks hard, dude. It fucks extra hard, brother. The lasagna one's not very good though.
They have a pepperoni pizza one too, where they have like a little individual pizza.
Like, put the water on it, and like, yeah.
That one's good too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's okay. I think honestly, I think
the
all
one I had recently
MREs
was good.
I think
But so
all
my brother, he tactically acquired a giant case of MREs.
you don't know his brother. That's fine. You guys don't need to know his brother. It's okay.
So he just like gave me a few and he's like, hey, try these. And I was like, say less. And he's like, they're the new ones. And I'm like, say less.
Yeah, see,
Uh-huh.
that's the problem is that like all MREs taste like dog shit. Let's just be very clear. Okay? Like comparatively to like actual prepared like at home meals, they are dog shit.
I've eaten worse things.
The chili one
Like,
is
you ever
like
had Dairy Queen burgers?
it's you mean an In-N-Out burger without any of the seasoning? Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, In-N-Out's overrated. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. It's good when you're on tour.
As someone who's used to live next to one in California and has also gone down to Salem a few times with friends just to get In-N-Out, and have stopped at the Medford one, a few times. It's okay. It's just okay.
It's okay. Yeah,
Like,
I mean it's fine.
Yeah. Just like the McRib is dog shit.
We're gonna go there, huh? We're gonna go there.
Well, it's 'tis the season. By the way, did you see that video I sent you? I sent you a video on Instagram of a guy on the subway.
Yes.
just straight up drinking the McRib sauce on the subway.
See that video made me almost change sides. I almost changed sides for that video.
Dude, I saw that shit and I was like, this is when you catch your Nell on a bad day. I think that's what I said to the group.
Just chugging barbecue sauce. Yeah, that's me on a bad day. That's for sure. That is for sure. Well, it's a good thing it's not a bad day, Devin.
Yeah, today's not a bad day, at least for us, because it's just not Ubisoft's year. Steam rules, and two stalkers walked into the heart of Chernobyl, and much more. Because this is good Kraken's death ratio. And we're slashing through the podcast space to be your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. Esco, keep sending me TikToks. If you want to get ahead of the curve, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services wherever you like to watch or listen. But if you've spent all your credits at another shop, that is totally fine. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you have Amazon Prime, tell them DJ.
Prime Gaming.
There you go. You also have Twitch Prime. And we would love for you to help us out and level us up our game. Level us up our game.
Level us up our game. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, level us up our game. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. Review.
What's up, Doc?
Don't forget, guys, you can watch tons of episodes on our YouTube, or you can listen to them on a podcast service of your choice. There's a lot. There's some things there. Probably some stuff you've never heard before or seen. Especially our latest episode of the Shipwreck Show that is now available, where you can also look at Ernell with disappointment on your face like the rest of us during that show.
I made that thumbnail with a big ass dirty smile on my face the entire time. Yeah. I just want you to know. Just the fucking shit eating grin was on my face the entire time I made that thumbnail. You know how fucking great that was?
Did you see my reply with just the GIF?
Yeah. Yeah, I did, man. So that was great. I was able to somehow find a silhouette, as they say in France. I found a silhouette of a couple just like absolutely just killing it from the back, right? Just fucking beating it up like Mike Tyson, okay? Old Mike Tyson, not like old
I was gonna
Mike Tyson.
say, like,
Yeah, let's be very clear. And I was able to replace the woman in this scenario and add a customized alien to the photo. And oh yeah, also I did myself the rights of taking the guy and warping him to make him larger and wider. So it looked like me.
Silawa.
Salawa.
Silawa. Yeah, that episode was definitely something. And you can also find that episode on YouTube or a
Salawa.
podcast service of your choice. Guys, the merch store is live. And right here, you can get your very own Good Kraken Death Ratio hat.
Just like
We
that.
may be cooking on some Death Ratio shirts too, just so everybody knows. We may be cooking.
Might
We
be.
may be cooking.
Might be.
Yeah.
You might have
maybe
to
cooking.
give up a couple of personal things for it.
Not quite.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, he might be right. He might be right. Still a while.
But you can go get yourself something at goodkraken.com. That's going to be GOODKRAKEN.com. Yeah, we got our own little website domain. Go check it out. Go look at things. There's a Splash Damage hoodie. There's a Carl the Kraken mug. There's a 20,000 Films hat. Very own GKDR hat.
Yes, sir.
Or you can get yourself a Good Kraken t-shirt. But yeah, it's all up on there. It's all up there.
Sure is.
Go check it out. Yeah.
My dong's not.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not.
Nor
Yeah, it's
will
not.
it ever be there.
I was telling the truth. It's not. It's not on there.
It's not, and it will never be there. Right, Ernell?
I mean, you don't know. You don't know.
It will never be there, right, Ernell?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Thank you.
You're right. I promise. Scout's honor.
This piece of shit will be reviewing Moana 2 this Friday on 20,000 Films, and I don't know who's joining him for the episode, but I know he's there.
Yeah, I know. We'll see how things go. I think it's supposed to be Garrick and DJ. It's supposed to be Garrick and DJ, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Because I'm not going to be there.
You will
I'm
not.
busy.
No. Yeah. You're busy.
I'm busy.
You're busy. I got nothing.
I'm starting the crock pot because I'm making my famous mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving, and I'm starting them early. I'm starting the crock pot. I'm gonna make them red skin mashed potatoes for the fam bam.
Yeah.
And then I will be streaming right here at twitch.tv/Brevin the Dude. Probably playing soccer.
Right. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. So, but Ernell, speaking of stalker,
yeah,
you know what I got in my line of sight?
Your line of sight.
I got this week's video game releases brought to you by GameSpot.com. So every time that we go over these video game releases, we're going to be covering from Tuesday till next Monday. So that way you get a little refresh with games that release day of the recording of GKDR. So
this bad boy
I was going to say, what happened there? Where's our cameras?
That's okay. It would have taken an extra step that I didn't want to take with the change of plans that we've had this evening, Devin. Continue, sir.
Yeah. So right now we have no games releasing today. Next release we have is going to be November 28th, and that's going to be Crystal Breaker on Switch and PC. Then on pretty much every single console.
Yeah.
Literally. I mean, every console, including PS4 and Xbox One and Switch.
Oh.
We have Glitch Hero, which actually I don't know what that is, but I'm interested to see what that is. It's got to be a nice little indie darling. There's no currently available data on that game.
Probably saving glitches.
Yeah. Glitch Hero. November 28th. Also on November 28th, we have Snow Bros. Wonderland. I don't really know how I feel about the
I don't
name
know
of that
how I
game.
like that name either, to be honest with you. Yeah,
It's coming
that's
out
an
on
interesting.
PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC. Snow Bros
Hey Devin, hey man, you
Wonderland.
know maybe you could call us Snow Bros. You know what I'm saying? One could call us Snow Bros.
That's not true, actually.
That's not. I don't think that's true at all. No. Continue, sir.
And then the next release after that is going to be on Monday, December 2nd. And that's going to be Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Complete on iOS and
I
Android.
am gonna play the fuck out of that, my friend. The
I'm
fuck
not.
out of that.
Dude, I'm mobile gamed out, dude. I got Pokemon Trading Card Pocket,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got Magic the Gathering Arena,
Mm-hmm.
and I've also been playing Final Fantasy Tactics: The Lion War on my phone.
How is that on mobile? How is that on mobile?
It's fucking great, dude. It's just
Yeah.
point and
Okay.
click.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like
Okay. All right.
there's no control, dude. It's amazing, dude. On this OLED screen, brother, OLED screen, it's amazing.
For sure,
I mean,
man.
did you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance? Did you ever play that
Yeah,
back in the day?
I played the original. I played
Dude,
Advance, and I played Lion, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, the special.
so yeah, the version I'm playing is the Lion War, the PSP one.
Yeah, yeah. I
No.
played 3 different versions of that game. Loved every single experience. Good game.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
game.
Tactics Advance, completely different characters, completely different setting.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually Tactics Advance is the same world as Final Fantasy 12.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same races and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So big difference between
Hate
those.
that game.
But yeah, I fucking love that game,
Fucking hate
honestly.
12.
It's
I
a great
fucking
game.
hate 12, man. God damn it.
Dude, it's fucking Final Fantasy Star Wars. It takes
That's
two of my
exactly.
favorite
That's the
things of
point.
it.
That's
So
why I don't like
I
it,
love
man.
it. I fucking love
It does
dude. I
Star
love
Wars without
it.
any of the good Star Wars stuff, man. Yeah. Oh, and then there's a rabbit. There's a rabbit.
Hey, you would. I mean, with the way you talk about it. But, dude, the judges are so fucking cool from Final Fantasy 12. The judges.
They are
sick.
cool, but you can beat them with one character, leveling them up the entire game. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You can do that in any Final Fantasy game.
No, the fuck you can't. No, the fuck you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, the fuck you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, the fuck you can't.
What do you mean?
Continue on the show, Devin.
Ernell's mad. He's wrong.
Snow Bros.
Ernell, can you tell the people what we got next?
Minute. That's the next section, right? That's what it says. It's the minute. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Guys, this is our news segment where we will cover worthy gaming news, such as release dates, delays, seasonal game content, announcements, industry announcements, etc., 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 and Ernell's lack of segueing.
You could say. One could say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's okay. We're here for the.
Yeah,
good
I'm
stuff.
gonna give this first one to you.
That's okay with me, my friend. Because guys, Steam. I'm one of these little peachy gamer guys. Actually, this is kind of cool. This is actually kind of cool news story. Steam has new rules for DLC and season passes to prevent players from getting screwed. This comes from Ethan Gotch over at Kotaku, and he says, you shouldn't pre-order games, but people do it all the time anyway. Increasingly, people have gotten in the habit of pre-ordering DLC too, paying upfront for content that won't be delivered for months or even years, if ever. Valve's now cracking down on the whole thing with stricter rules for companies selling everything from DLC packs to season passes. Steam will now require more transparency around season pass and DLC content, including details about what's included and expected release dates. Anything that ends up delayed could then potentially be eligible for a partial refund. Quote, by offering a season pass, you are promising future content, the new guidelines to development partners read. In the process of launching a season pass, you will be asked to commit to a launch timing for each content release in the season pass. That launch timing is a commitment to both customers and Steam, end quote. Steam adds that while game development is complex and challenging, with delays sometimes necessary and understandable, companies will only get to reschedule DLC and season pass releasing timing once. Quote, if you aren't ready to clearly communicate about the content included in each DLC and when each DLC will be ready for launch, you shouldn't offer a season pass on Steam, the company writes. In addition, season passes are supposed to include at least one piece of content that's already accessible at launch unless it's for a currently unreleased game. Even if there aren't customer complaints in a given instance, Steam reserves the right to auto refund players for any potential violations of the new rules. And if any DLC is canceled outright, players will get the quote unquote value of unreleased DLC refunded into their accounts instead of relying on whatever in game currency or other make good the companies, promise instead. It sounds like the sections on Steam store pages beneath the buy button that lists all the microtransactions included in a game are about to get even more chaotic to look at. But at least it will hopefully incentivize companies, to be more conservative about what they promise and charge for. This is fucking rad, dude. You're muted, buddy.
I really like this, and I really hope that more developers, not developers, more publishers, more platforms also follow this suit. Honestly, I think it is important. I feel like the gaming space has gone crazy with season passes and battle passes and delays and cancellations and microtransactions. And like, dude, you and I both know over the past few years, we've spent thousands of dollars on video game shit. We have.
Hoorah to that, brother.
Like,
I'm not proud of it.
Not just for ourselves either, And like when that shit doesn't come out when it's supposed to or work when it's supposed to, it's disappointing. It's just disappointing. And like, I give utmost respect and love to game developers and stuff like that. And I don't think it's the developers' fault per se. I think it's more of like their upper management and stuff like that making these kinds of decisions. So I am in no way like saying be toxic to developers over this, because please do not. But
yeah, you can't blame the car for doing what the driver is doing, right?
Exactly. And like, something's got to change in the gaming space, right? Studios are closing down, promises are getting made that aren't being fulfilled. Kids are taking their parents' credit cards and fucking spending a bunch of money on them for Fortnite bucks and shit. I don't know. I think this is great, though. I think this is a great step in the right direction, especially from such a huge platform, too. Probably the most widely used platform in the entire world for gaming. 100%.
Yeah, man. It's interesting because when we say that like someone has to do something, like anytime that stuff like this seems to happen, what we actually mean to say is, can someone with any like actual power do anything to slow this the fuck down, right? Because what happens is when big massive corporate companies are left to their own devices and are able to do whatever the fuck they want, however the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want, with whomever the fuck they want, they tend to start doing the thing, right? Meaning they will lie through their teeth to get you to spend money on their stuff. Or they will not lie through their teeth. They'll tell you that they're doing something, and then that product is subpar. Or they will tell you that they're doing something and that product just won't actually come out. They have to cancel it because things didn't go the way that they were hoping for. And unfortunately, the games industry is extremely volatile. So like the chances of that happening are multiplied, right? Like we've seen that time and time again. Like this is a very common thing now, is to have DLCs not turn out the way that we were hoping they would, or just not turn out at all. Even full games, the fact that you can pre-order a game that is potentially not going to be released is crazy to me in the year of of the great old ones 2024, dog. So yeah, I mean, like fucking good on Steam for saying, hey, like, we have the power, we have the staying power, we have the capital, we have the place in this industry to be able to actually do something to keep this from being a problem, and nobody else is doing anything about it. So why don't we? Been fucking good on them, man. They can have my money. I'm down. I'm down for them.
100%. 100%. Also, speaking of cool things that Steam's done lately, you see that limited edition white Steam OLED, like Steam.
The Steam Deck. Yeah, I want it. I know. I want it.
I do too, but dude, I think I'm just gonna get a ROG.
ROG Ally. Yeah, I mean, like it's a nice device. My coworker brings it to work every day and looks nice, looks fancy. Does everything that the Steam Deck, does. What I am understanding though is that because like the Steam Deck is more of a proprietary piece of equipment, it does run Steam stuff a little bit better than the ROG will, but the ROG's just more universal.
I've heard the opposite. Good friend of the show, Gio, told me that the ROG is better, hands down, for everything.
Yeah, but Gio's a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like Gio's he's a ham.
Here's the thing, though. On the ROG, you can run Game Pass on it. You can't do that on the Steam Deck without hacking it.
True, very true. Yeah.
Also,
it's really just depends what you want. Hi, Louie. How you doing? We love you. Hi.
But yeah, I think Steam is doing great things. I have definitely, over the years, I have become a PC gamer through and through. So I like this.
Fucking nerd. This. Fucking.
Hey, dude, you're well on your way. You are well on your.
Clicky click click click.
You are well on your way, mister. Fucking you know nerd. It too.
Imagine having like 85 buttons to press, bro.
Now I want to count them.
I know. How many buttons? I know I got.
Now I want to count them. I want to count these now.
We both have the same mouse, right? We both have the same mouse. Yeah, I think so.
No.
You changed mouses.
I have a long time ago. I got the
yeah. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 buttons on mine.
But I do have that mouse right here. I use it for my work computer.
Yeah. I use those same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we can just kind of maybe multiply that by 2, 4, 6 with 16
right
times
now.
6.
Anyways, cool, Steve. We're gonna go to our next story here. Windows 11 update borks a bunch of Ubisoft games. This is coming from Ian Walker over at Polygon. The latest Windows 11 update doesn't play well with Ubisoft games Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Star Wars Outlaws, and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Microsoft warned on November 22nd. Quote, after installing Windows 11 version 24H2, you might encounter issues with some Ubisoft games, Microsoft said. These games might become unresponsive while starting, loading, or during active gameplay. In some cases, users might receive a black screen, end quote. Ubisoft released a hotfix addressing the Windows 11 bugs in Star Wars Outlaws on November 21st, shortly after the Force Stealth-focused update, but Microsoft added there may still be performance issues. A compatibility hold has been placed on computers with these specific Ubisoft games installed until a permanent solution can be found. Quote, we recommend that you do not attempt to manually update to version 24H2 using the Windows 11 Installation Assistant or the Media Creation tool until this issue has been resolved, Microsoft said. If you've been affected and can't exit your game normally, Microsoft suggested using Task Manager to end the task via the Process tab. Instructions, I can only assume, are meant for boomers and zoomers. because what self-respecting millennial doesn't already know how to do this? Windows 11 version 24H2 dropped on October 1st. It's unclear which of the update's many features were congruous with Ubisoft games specifically, but knowing how finicky computers can be, I'm going to pick randomly from the list and maybe say it was the quote more streamlined file explorer, whatever that means.
So this is interesting because they're saying that it dropped October 1st. It's now, Devin, what's the date? What's the date today?
It is November 26th.
Right. It's November 20th. Why did it take them so long, 2 months approximately, to say anything about this? Which is fucking crazy. That is crazy. Also, I must have lucked out because I played Star Wars Outlaws on my computer, on my PC. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a PC gamer, as one might try to say. But I didn't have any problems. I had no problems. I mean, like, I had some like problems, but I think they were like just like in-game bugs. I didn't get black screening or anything like that. It's fucking weird. 2 months? 2 months for them to say something? It's fucking odd, man. It's really odd.
Makes me glad that I don't play Ubisoft games. I don't. I stopped playing.
You don't.
Ubisoft
Yeah, you don't.
games.
You don't play them anymore. And obviously that's a whole other conversation for a whole other podcast episode. But like, is it not fucking crazy that like that? Because what this means is that like Ubisoft does something to their game specifically that in Windows' newest update said like we can't deal with that correctly, right? That's fucking wild.
Which is wild because, again, like I said, just before I read this article, I primarily game on PC, and I play a lot of games, a lot of new games too, on my PC. I don't have issues like this. When I do have optimization issues, I'm a fucking nerd and I go look up mods to fix them since the developers haven't yet.
I fucking hate 104 buttons, by the way. 104 buttons between my keyboard and my mouse. And I don't need any of them. I don't need any of them because my baby
most
right here,
games I use this.
Plenty all the buttons I need. You know what I'm saying? All the buttons I need right here. Right here.
I like this one.
8.
Actually.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got paddles in the back, so what was I at? 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Does switches count? Does switches count as buttons too? Is that like a... What about the joysticks? Do the joysticks count as buttons? Like, do we count like each direction? Is that like...
I don't even know where my fucking...
Your fucking... Where's fucking... I can't, like, can you guys believe Devin's not here to defend himself, right? We can barely hear him. It's just Louis, yeah, it's the dual sense, what the fuck, why am I brain farting right? It's the PlayStation 5's version of the, Elite controller. Yeah, this bad boy. I love it so much. It's got little paddles in the back. It's nice. Devin's not here to defend himself, but can you guys believe that, like, he just sits here and he just like pushes WASD. Oh shit. Hey, what's up, man? What's poppin', dude?
I do. And that's why my keyboard has the like color coded. And they're also metal keys too. With the diamond plating on them, so like I can feel them textured and everything.
Fucking nerd.
This controller is sweet. This one.
Yeah, see, because mine, if I like hit something, I don't want to hit something that's important, so let me just hit like that, right? Okay, there we go. So mine just, I can set it up where like my WASD will light up individually. It has like that setting on it, but I don't know. I mean, like that, like that's like you change the whole button, the whole ass button. Why don't you just use your eyes, bro? Just use your eyes. Just say, oh, that's W, and you just know where it's at. You know what I'm saying? That's
this
what DJ
keyboard
does.
Doesn't light up, actually, but it has really nice keys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no lights in this keyboard, but it's.
Oh yeah, I have that one. I have that one to work. I love that keyboard. It's a good keyboard.
I love it too. I love it too. I do plan on getting a newer keyboard. I just haven't decided what I want to get yet. But yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this is the controller I like. This is the Elite Series 2.
Yeah, I like that well. I like that one as well.
Oh, you got one. I forgot you got one.
Yeah, I like it, man. I really like this controller. It's a nice controller.
It's really
really
I
nice
was
controller,
thinking
man.
about just you know, we're getting distracted here, but it's fine. I was thinking about getting the white one because it looks really nice.
Oh man, it's just because of the material of like this down here. I worry that
The
like
weight too.
I worry that if I do white down here, it's gonna pick up all like
It's
the
all
greasy shit.
no. So this is all black still.
That's still black.
This is all
Okay.
black.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then
It's just like the middle that's white.
maybe I'll think about
But
it.
like,
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Then.
but like, I love this thing, man. This thing is fucking sweet. Yeah.
What we don't love though, Devin, is studios unfortunately closing down before they even get a chance, my friend. Because Mass Effect co-creator studio Human Origin is abruptly shuttered in the midst of a AAA sci-fi game development. This comes from the queen herself, Rebecca Valentine, over at IGN. Humanoid Origin, the game studio founded by Mass Effect co-creator Casey Hudson, is shutting down, according to an official post from the company today on November 25th. That was yesterday. The LinkedIn post announcing the shuttering explains that the decision was made due to a, quote, unexpected shortfall of funding, despite efforts to shield the studio from broader challenges in the industry, end quote. We're heartbroken that we will not be able to bring our new science fiction universe to completion. Our main concern at this time, however, is for our team, and we are committed to supporting them in their transition to new employment. In our time together, the team achieved incredible progress and demonstrated that it's possible to do amazing work while fostering a culture of fun and creativity. We thank them for their talent, courage, and friendship. Humanoid Origin has only existed since June of 2021, just over 3 years. It was first announced by Hudson as Humanoid Studios, following his departure from BioWare the prior December, and was later revealed to be working on a multi-platform AAA game in a new science fiction universe. In 2023, Hudson announced the company name would be slightly changed to Humanoid Origin, quote, reflecting the idea that in a world of AI-generated content, the creativity of our games originates with the talented humans on our team, end quote. Humanoid Origin was actively hiring as recently as this past May. This closure comes as yet another in a long series of layoffs, studios closures, and game cancellations that has been going on throughout 2023 and 2024. An estimated 14,000 developers have lost their jobs in 2024, after over 10,000 the year prior. We've covered both the reasons why this trend has been occurring and its impact on individual developers earlier this year, but the jury is still out when the constant shutterings will finally slow down. What a bummer, man.
Yeah,
dude. I know that like you're a big time, long time fan of the Mass Effect series, so obviously you have respects to be paying to one Casey Hudson yourself. But in terms of like having a new game that he was going to be taking, head on with this brand new studio, it's always a bummer one to see that new studios like don't really get a chance. You know what I'm saying? We just saw the same thing happen with the team for Concord, for example. I know it's a little bit different because we did kind of see that unfold, but it's a bummer that we didn't really get to see them do much more than that after initial release. So it is a bummer. Obviously, the question is at hand is, was this due in part to just the economic status of the games industry, or is this because maybe they couldn't find someone to partner up on publishing, something like that? What are your thoughts, Devin?
Dude, I think seeing stuff like over this last year, like Redfall and Concord, and just like some major like gaming quote unquote failures happen, um, and just seeing those shortfalls and shortcomings, I want to say that like that could have had something to do with investors changing their minds, you know. I wouldn't be surprised, which sucks because Casey Hudson is a very talented writer and very talented game director, and I hate to see that fail on him. And he's probably been working on this for a very long time too. And it's
Yeah.
hard to say like what we'll see from him again. I'm hoping, I am hoping to the great ones, the old ones, that he somehow ends up working for a reputable studio and creates something for us all to enjoy again. But I don't think these past couple of years have been kind to the gaming industry in retrospect here,
Mm-hmm.
and that could have been a big factor on investors and other companies not wanting to take a chance on a new IP.
Yeah, I mean, true, man. It's you hit the nail on the head because I think that like it's one of those things where it's obviously it's hard to tell like which one it could possibly be, but obviously this being sort of a slew of 1,000 other times that we've seen this happen over and over again, it's it goes to show like the games industry is in a very weird spot right now, and just like imagine working on something for 3 years straight. Like, I mean, like you're putting in like fucking 60, 70, 80 hours in on this bitch for 3 years straight, right? And you're like, cool, we're there, we're almost there, we're almost there. And it just never fucking sees the light of day. Like that would be crushing. Like fucking heart crushing, dude. So I give my applaud to these guys out of the studio. I hope like you said, I hope they find jobs. I hope they get picked up fairly quick. I hope Casey Hudson finds someone to work with and like continue those chops in. Because obviously the writing in Mass Effect was well over good enough, right? Like one could say, Devin.
It very good to the point where even DJ played through it.
Yeah, man. I still
Recently.
have to. I still have to. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna say garbage game. I'm saying
Fuck
Josh.
off.
I'm kidding. Okay, I can't say that. No, not about that game. A lot of people like that game. Yeah, man. That's okay. I mean, we'll see. We'll see where Casey Hudson ends up taking his chops to. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe he gets picked up by like Sony Santa Monica or something, and
yeah,
comes out with some dope ass fucking story driven choice based game. That'd be fucking cool. That'd be super rad. I'd be pretty excited about that. I know that Sony Santa Monica was actually working on a sci-fi ish game for a while there. Prior to God of War 2018, they were working on something that actually got canceled too. So who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they pick that back up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they do the thing. Maybe they do the thing. Anyways,
yeah, I'd be interested to see that. Honestly,
what are you doing? You look like you're making little paper animals over there.
no, I was just checking something. The reason why I haven't been using this controller as much is my left thumbstick spins like the base does, and it's not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
and so I need to get it replaced. Yeah. Not stoked about it. So
yeah. I know.
yeah.
That's okay. I just wonder why you picked during the podcast to be fiddling and trying to fix it.
You ever don't
crack?
shame me for my mental instabilities, okay?
Fucking ADD boy. Go on. What are we doing next,
Yeah.
man? What's up? What's going
on? We're ending that whole thing. We'll talk later.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for
sure. Guys, speaking of Mass Effect and how great it was at the end game, we are in the end game now. Woo, end game. Woo.
You have played your game. Where did that lead you? Right back to me. That's what he says, right? You played your game. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what he says. That's what he says.
Maybe in the version you watched.
That's what he says.
Guys, today I am actually reviewing a game for y'all.
Yes, you are, sir.
Game is called Stalker 2
Mm.
Heart of Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, this game just came out here very, very recently. It actually came out, if I'm correct here, back on the 22nd. The 20th of
Mm.
November. So
Mm.
it's been out for almost a whole week. We're one day shy of a whole week of Stalker 2.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, this game launched day one on Game Pass. And this has been coming. It's been great. It's been great. Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, I've been enjoying my time with this. This game is set in Chernobyl, as you would guess.
Yeah.
It is in
In
Ukraine.
the heart,
It
if you
is
will.
yeah, in the heart of Chernobyl.
Uh-huh.
This is a Ukrainian made game, and this is made by sorry, I'm looking up some information here as we go. I was supposed
Mm.
to have this pulled up beforehand. This was made by Game World. Those are the developers behind the game. And one thing I do want to point out up front, they have been developing this game while in an active war zone against
Yep.
Russia
They sure
this
have.
whole time through development. And sadly, some of the developers have unfortunately been unalived while developing
Yes.
this game.
Yes. Unfortunately. Yes.
So I do want to put some respect out there for that. So they have overcome lots of hurdles and lots of hard things to deal with making this game.
Mm.
With that being said, you start this game as a character named Skiff, and he has lost everything to wartime,
Mm.
and he finds himself going to the land of Chernobyl, the zone as they would like to call it.
Okay.
Um, he is trying to find a specific anomaly that an artifact, you may say,
Okay.
that
Okay.
will pretty much, if he finds what he's looking for, he will have a chance at new life because he's already lost everything in his life. And so
Gotcha.
like this is his last ditch effort um for that new life. Um the game is massive. There are so many zones in this game. Like the world map is huge. I have been playing this game for over 20 hours, approximately like 23, 24 hours now over this last week. And I've only gone to 3 of the zones, and I wanna say, if I remember correctly, I wanna say there's like 16 or 17 areas. And
Wow.
it's all open world, by the way. All no loading screens, nothing. It is completely continuous.
Okay.
Like you're going into a settlement, no loading screen. You open a door to a fortress, no loading screen. You go into a dungeon, no loading screen. You go into a cave, no loading screen. Nothing like that. It is all one world, which is
We like that.
impressive.
We like that shit. Okay.
This game was developed in Unreal Engine 5, and it shows. This is a very demanding game for people who are playing on PC. It is demanding.
GeoJet, so it's the opposite of Starfield.
Yeah, no loading screens.
Yeah. Continue, sir.
Literally, there's only 2 loading screens that I ever deal with. It's when I open the game, and it's when you go to sleep.
Which is
That's
fair.
it.
Like that makes
Yeah,
sense, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Those are the only loading screens that I have encountered. Even the cutscenes, it's kind of like goes in and out. You know what I mean? Like you can't really tell because it's all first person perspective. There's no third person perspective or
Right.
anything like that.
Right.
So as you go through these zones, there's different factions that you encounter. There's bandits, there's soldiers from an opposing military force. I haven't even discovered who the opposing military force is, but the 2 main factions that you can side with is either the Stalkers or the Ward. The Ward is kind of like a police force, like a
Ward. Okay.
militarized,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
police force. And that's kind of like your first big like decision. The game is built upon decisions on like how you treat characters, what choices you make with those characters and stuff like that. It's almost every character that I've interacted with, which I think is hilarious. You get an option to attack, to engage with them,
Okay.
like
Okay.
almost every single one. So it kind of has that, that same type of thing that, you would see in like a Fallout game. You know what I mean?
The Bethesda feel of story
Hmm.
decision, right? Okay. Well,
Hmm.
so I guess that is good time for my first question, if you don't mind.
Hmm.
Because when we look at decisions in, say, Starfield, for example, right? The
Hmm.
decisions in there weren't quite as impactful as they were in Fallout games, for example, which kind of
Hmm.
actually directly changes a lot of course of the campaign. Is this closer to that Fallout style changing decisions, or is it closer to Starfield's?
I want to say it's a little bit in between. And
Okay,
this
okay,
could be just because I'm not super far in the main quest line yet.
totally fine, sure.
Because you know how I play games, I do almost every side quest I can do, whether
Hmm.
I fuck it up or not.
Yep, yep,
That's just how I play
you
games.
sure do. Yeah.
Um, but I will say there is one character I've come across in this game that both factions were trying to go for at the same time, whether they wanted to save them or take them hostage or what. Um, I ended up saving this character for one of the factions
Hmm.
because that's just what I felt like doing. You could have taken them hostage, saved them, or kill them. Those like the three choices you pretty much had. So I saved him, and I've started to see him come up as I'm progressing through like other missions, and like even in one case I was doing a side mission, and I got done with the side mission talking to these group of people, and then as I walked out of the room I was in, because there was like NPCs and stuff like that in this building,
Hmm.
that character was right there, and they were like, "Oh, hey, what's up? What are you doing here?" They like talk to each other and stuff for a second.
That's pretty
So
rad.
like
Okay.
I'm waiting to see like what kind of impact that has moving further. I do know certain characters can get you special loot or help you out in certain instances, help you fight stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, there is a character. Um, so I came across these two characters. One was already dead, one wasn't. They were surrounded by these anomalies, and anomalies are there's different elemental and gravitational forces within the game that you have to actively look out for.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
you have like a radiation scanner that will beep when you're getting close to one because sometimes they're really hard to see, but there's gravitational like orbs and you can see them moving and stuff like that.
Okay.
To get past them, you get bolts, like just little rusty bolts. You can throw a bolt into it and the gravitational anomaly will warp into it and destroy the bolt, and it gives you a couple seconds you can run through it, right?
Oh,
So
so like
it's
momentarily
very
implodes sort of thing. Okay. That's
yeah,
pretty
there's a
cool.
lot of environmental hazards and risks to that. The reason why I gave that description is they're surrounded by these, and the guy's like, hey, if you could recover my brother's body, I'll give you a reward. So I went through and like disrupted some of those. I had to pick up the body and run through them after disrupting it, and I had to time it, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me a couple tries because when those anomalies grab a hold of you, you're done, you're dead.
Is it like it's like
Like,
insta kill, like pretty
yeah,
much? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Good
yeah,
to
it's
know.
either insta kill or you lose like half your health really fast.
Mm,
You know,
okay.
yeah,
Jesus. All right.
and I'll go into the next part here after that. Well, I got the body back to the guy, and he's like talking. He's like, "Oh, thank you so much." He gave me his reward, and like as I was going to the body, he was like, "Hey, don't disrespect my brother by stealing any of his shit." He like said that to me as I was walking over there. Well, of course, my dumbass in fashion. As soon as I got done with the quest and got the reward, I immediately was like, well, what's in there? You know what I mean?
Well,
And the second I do that,
so
it like opens up the inventory screen for a second, and then you just hear, because when you're in your menus, besides like
it's
the
an
pause button,
active
it's
world,
active.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear him just go, "You motherfucker!" And then he just starts shooting at you.
So you killed him, right? You shot him. You 1v1.
Yeah, I
Oh
did.
yeah,
And
of
I
course
and
you
I
took his
was like,
brother's
and
shit.
I
Yeah.
sat there for a second. I was like, do I want to save scum that? And I'm like, no, that was the decision I made. So I
I
just
say you
kept it,
committed
you
to it,
know.
man. Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Which really sucked too, because before I decided to do that, he's like, oh, I'll see you around and I'll help you out in the future. Like the character said that to me, and I fucked up, right? So now my character has to live with making that decision. And I tried
Yeah.
running. I tried before I killed him. I tried running away from him too. Like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You know, it's a prank,
My
it's a
bad.
prank, it's a
It's a break.
prank.
It's a break. It's a break. It's a break.
He he chased me. He chased me and kept shooting at me.
No,
And so I
dude.
was like, all right.
Of
You know?
course. Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
I'm like, you could have hit me, dude. You could have just like punched me instead of pulling a gun on me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have killed you if you did that. I would have been like, oh man, you're right. That was my bad. I would have walked away, you know?
Well, speaking of guns, actually, so from what we as the audience and how they've sort of marketed this game, the gun customization in this game is supposedly the sort of like big selling point for this, right?
I wouldn't say that's the big selling point for this game, but the gun customization and gunplay is very nice. Very
Hmm.
nice.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
all active. So if you have an attachment, so first off, you actually have to upgrade your gun with what's called a technician, with currency that you get in the game that's called coupons from doing missions and selling stuff that you find. You
Okay.
have to upgrade the gun to like put sight rails on it, like lasers and stuff like that. But you can find suppressors, extended mags. You can find different kinds of sights. You can install lasers onto your guns and stuff like that. You know, you're pretty like generic, like kind of attachments, but they do make a big difference. They do. But not only that, what at those technicians, you can upgrade the caliber of the gun that
Hmm.
shoots. Like within makes sense. Like I have an MP5 that's pretty decked out. Like I got a foregrip on it, I got a drum mag on it, I got a laser sight on it, I got a sight on it, and but I changed it from a 9 millimeter to a 45 caliber to do more damage
Okay.
on
Okay.
that.
So my
Yeah,
my
yeah.
sort of intrusive question within this question is, where
Mhm.
are you getting these gun parts? Is it exclusively at this person, or is it like you're able
No,
to pick up other people's guns, part them, and put them onto your guns?
you can do that, and you can also
Oh,
find them in stashes and
okay,
stuff like that.
okay, all right.
But in order to put a part on the gun has to have a specific rail installed on it, which
Mm,
you have to go to the technician to get
to
that
get
part
the
done.
rails. Okay, cool. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
gotcha,
But
gotcha.
some sights and stuff like that, and some weapons don't need them. It just kind of depends, right?
Right.
Like the M4, the 416, that gun naturally already has rails built into the body
Hmm.
and the barrel of it. So
Right.
you don't need to do it for that. But like let's say you get an AK-74U, that doesn't have a rail on it. So you have to
Okay.
get a rail installed into that because those take a PSO scope originally,
Gotcha.
which I
Okay.
like to call PSO. The acronym of that is piece of shit optic, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Um,
Okay.
but um, the gunplay though, the sounds of the guns are really good. The shooting of the guns is really good. Um, there's grenades, there's grenade launchers, there's RPGs,
Hmm.
there's sniper rifles, SMGs. I got a Mac 10, you know, that
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
I'm using it since it's so small. It's like my pistol. So you get two main guns and a pistol. So I'm using a Mac 10 for my pistol. I got a shotgun and then I think I'm running around with the MP5. So it's pretty close quarters is what I run, because your view, it's kind of like, it's a survival sci-fi horror game. That's what it is. The view of this game is like the most realistic I've ever dealt with within a game, because it's hard to see people and see things.
Right.
Like, you kind of have to go off of like headlamps and like look in the bushes as people are running at you, and look at muzzle flashes and stuff like that. It's hard to see from far away.
Okay.
I haven't found myself really needing a sniper rifle, because stealth is hard too. The AI in this game is unforgiving. They shoot at you like a laser. This is borderline. If you're playing this on hard mode, this is the Elden Ring difficulty of shooter games. I'm gonna say that right now.
Okay.
If you're playing on hard mode, I tried it for a second. I was like, nope, not for me. Too hard.
You went
I
down
literally
normal real quick. Yeah.
I restarted my game.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay. Fair enough. So how does normal feel then?
Normal feels pretty balanced. You can still die very easy. I was playing.
Okay.
I died 3 times in my hour and a half of playing before the show.
Oh,
So
fucking wow. Okay. Jesus, man.
yeah. Like I said, the game is unforgiving. It is a survival game. You have to eat food in the game. Your character has to sleep. You can get sleep deprivation too. The best way I could put it, if we're going to combine video games to kind of give a generic genre or tone to the game, it's like if you took DayZ, Metro, and Fallout and just put them all together
into one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I suppose like my next question, this is kind of based off of my own personal interest in potentially getting this game, is as far as the horror elements of this game, right? Because you say it's a horror survival, not survival horror, right? Horror survival FPS game.
I do
that is
want to put
okay.
sci-fi before.
Yeah, because the anomalies, right? It sounds like that also kind of plays a big factor in there too, right? So, I mean, I suppose my question is it in terms of spoopy levels, like how like horrifying shit that you're facing up against. Is this like Metro levels of fucking spoopy, or is it like kind of closer like Fallout kind of creepiness? Because Metro, like the Metro Exodus, Metro 2042, like those games have moments where they're like fucking horrifying, right? Like I got jump scared the shit out of while playing Metro numerous times. Does this sit up there, or is it closer to something like Fallout, where it's just like naturally scary?
I think it's a good blend of both, if I'm going to be honest. It's a little bit more toned down from Metro, because it kind of like is a little bit more on that realism factor.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Like if you get shot in the head, you're dead. It doesn't just take down your health. You're just dead.
Okay.
Same like when you're fighting other people, they can be pretty tanky because of the armors they're using. And if they're not wearing the right mask or helmet and you shoot them in the head, they're dead with one shot. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
And I've tested it. You can, so it's the same thing. Now, the mutants can be freaky as fuck. There's a mutant called, probably one of the most generic ones in the game that I've come, and you don't come across a shit ton of the mutants, because the mutants are really powerful too.
Gotcha.
So when they attack you, you will be sitting there like, oh fuck, shit, fuck, shit, because like they're relentless, dude. When you're fighting them, you have to be smart. You have to use your resources and use your ammo well, because the bloodsucker mutants, which are the ones with the really big like tentacles on their mouths and stuff like that, they can go invisible.
Yeah, don't like that.
They can fucking go invisible, and they scream and they make creepy noises, and you won't even know that they're there until they let you know they're there.
Yeah.
You know? And I've come across them in the open. I've come across them inside of buildings. I've come across them in caves. And that's just one of the type of enemies. There's an enemy, I think it's called a Burmer, that has psychic powers that can take your gun out of your hands and float and start shooting you with it.
What, dude? That's fucked up,
Yeah,
bro. That's fucked
yeah,
up. That's like super
yeah,
not. That breaks
and
video game rules, dude. That's crazy.
yeah, and I was watching Sam play
Mm-hmm.
because Sam's been playing this game a lot. It picked up an RPG and shot it at him.
Get fucked, Sam. Get fucked.
So what I see in this game is unforgiving. It is unforgiving. There's like mutated rats, there's dogs, there's a enemy called a Psy dog. It's a dog with a human face,
Mm.
and it can make multiple copies of itself. Like, and they all run at you, and like, I shit you not, there was like 20 of them chasing me, and I was like, oh fuck. I was just
Oh
like,
my
I don't have enough
god,
ammo, so
dude.
I ran and I got up into a tower, and they're all circling my tower, and I'm just like sitting up there, and I'm like trying to throw grenades, and like I'm like trying to find, because when you find the real one and kill it, all of them will disappear, right? They're
Okay.
just
But they
all
can
dead.
all damage you though, right? Of
Yep,
course.
yep,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
So like, I found the real one and I shot it a couple times. Like I said, mutants are tanky.
Hmm.
And it just kept getting out of my line of sight and view because it was like weaving between bushes and they were all running around. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? Luckily, these other mutants, which I don't know the names of them, because you kind of just figure it out and you hear characters in the world talk about it, you know? But I just call them hoppers. They're these weird, like, they're almost like spider pigs, if I'm gonna be honest to you.
Okay. All right.
Well, a pack of hoppers showed up, and what they do, they can like slash with their arms, but they also like jump. And so when you're
Ugh.
fighting them, you gotta like dodge and dip
Yeah,
them, and
right,
like,
right.
they showed up, and the Psy dogs and the hoppers started fighting each other. So then I sat there
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
I was like, oh, so I just like waited and I saw them like kill a couple of each other, and then like I chugged an energy drink real fast, climbed down the tower, and I just fucking ran to the nearest
Oh my
settlement.
god,
I was just
dude.
like, I can't deal with this. You know what I mean? I do
That's
not have enough
funny.
ammo, because you have to watch your ammo. There's also a you have a encumbered limit, a weight limit on how much you can carry too. So you have to
Well,
watch, and your ammo has weight, and so do all your meds and everything.
we'll
So
we'll see. That actually might be a perfect segue to what I think could probably be like the main last thing that we kind of cover with
mhm,
this is a survival game. Is from what I understand is that it is through and through a survival game. So what are
mhm.
these survival mechanics that we're dealing with here? Because obviously we have
Um,
food, water, pissing, right, and sleep, right. That's the most common
yeah.
ones. So what else are we dealing with here?
Uh, I think the biggest one outside of all of those is environmental, the anomalies, because there are
Mm,
a lot of different ones. There's like, I've seen fire that shoots out of the ground and it'll catch you off guard. I've seen lava, like slinky worm type things, like come out of the ground and stuff and like
sure.
go all over the place. There's acid, there's like poison gas clouds. There's the gravitational orbs. There's ones that are like clouds of glass shards that you don't see or hear till you get too close. And if
Hmm.
you run through them, they fuck you up and make you start bleeding everywhere, and you have to control your bleeding with like bandages and stuff.
Okay.
Um, there's like lightning anomalies, where like there's like lightning charges around the ground, and you can kind of see them, but like they kind of like spread through areas and kind of like web out. And like same thing, you can throw your bolts in a lot of those kinds of things and it'll
Hmm.
dissipate them for a second. um there's lightning storms, like thunderstorms, like and stuff. You can get struck by lightning randomly. It's
Oh
happened
wow.
to me.
Okay. All right.
It's happened to me. It killed me.
Jesus. Okay.
I watched it happen to an NPC, and it just killed the NPC too.
Jesus. Okay.
um yeah. Um there's also these crazy anomaly radiation lightning storms called emission storms that happen. The
Mm,
sky goes really dark, and it
hmm.
starts to turn red and black, and you see lightning, and then you start to see this like almost hurricane-like storm just moving through the sky, and pretty much if you're not inside with a roof over your head, you're dead.
Okay.
You are dead. Um, um, some enemies have psychic features. Um, there's zombies in the game too. There's mind controlling mutants that will control NPCs and make them attack you even if they're
Sure,
your
sure,
allies.
sure, 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 sure. So
Um,
I think a better let me rephrase. Is there anything like survival mechanics wise that you're needing to sort of babysit throughout the course of the game? Because right, like we
man,
go ahead, go ahead.
you need to manage your weight and you need to manage your stamina. When you're with the weight of what's in your pack, there'll be a green bar, a yellow bar, a very small orange bar, and then red. And
Okay,
as you get through, like the more weight you have, the slower your character actually moves too,
sure.
and and the faster your stamina reduces. In your suits and stuff like that, you can get upgrades that help with your stamina, that like hydrate your character better and stuff like that. Think like still suit
Yeah,
type stuff
right,
from,
right, right.
you know.
Sure.
So there's stuff like that, you know. There's also artifacts that you can pick up.
Hmm.
Um, inside of major anomalies, which you have to use a scanner to like locate within these anomalies, right? And these artifacts can give you bonuses and stuff. Like I have an artifact that makes it so I take less bullet damage. I have an artifact that makes
Okay.
it so I have stronger resistance to radiation and lightning damage, and stuff like that. And they can be really hard to get, and when you find them, they're really rare. So they sell for a lot of money. So you can either sell them or keep them. You know,
Mm. Okay.
either or.
Okay.
And there's multiple vendors. You know, you got your doctors, you got your trade post people, bartenders, stuff like that. Um, there's no vehicles in the game at all. You're completely on foot, which makes a lot of sense for the game too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is
Uh,
there an in canon, like in game canon reason for why that is, or it just so happens that?
Not that I know of off the top of my head, if I'm going to be honest for you
Okay,
with
sure,
you,
sure.
because I have seen some vehicles in the game. You know,
Hmm.
um, I think it's just kind of being like the lone wolf, a stalker type of deal.
Gotcha. It's
You're a
not part of
scavenger,
the course.
really.
Yeah. Okay.
But I from what I've seen, there is a way to fast travel, but there's certain people that you have to meet within like major settlements that you have to pay them to fast travel. So I assume they have like a
Mm.
special armored vehicle that can, you know, withstand anomalies that they can drive you through.
Right, and that's what you're fast
Yeah,
traveling with is a vehicle transport. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. Um, but yeah, the game I will say is not without its issues, though. I do want to say that it is still getting optimized. You know,
Hmm.
it has its bugs. I've seen people that are sleeping in a bed just start levitating in the air like they're getting like possessed.
That'd be funny.
I
Okay.
have had a bug that's so far, I haven't seen anybody else talk about this. So I'm going to talk about this actually.
Okay.
This is one bug that I've encountered, and my friend Rome has actually encountered too. I'm running around with my gun. All of a sudden, my AK is a spaz. It's a spaz 12. My AK's
Oh,
in my inventory, and I have a high tier gun all of a sudden in my hands. This is not due to mods because I'm playing with some optimization mods to make my game run smoother.
okay.
Because they have like some tweaks out there, so that way you get higher FPS and like better like colorization and stuff like that,
Uh huh.
and less stuttering in the game. But my friend is playing, I'm playing this through Game Pass, by the way. My friend is also playing through Game Pass with no mods. And this also happened to him too, where he got a random gun. He got like an M14 EBR, you know,
Hmm.
and it just like appeared in his inventory.
And it just
So
puts your current gun into your inventory and puts a new one
yeah,
into your hands.
yeah,
That's
I've
fucking
had it
weird.
happen
Okay.
twice now. I've put about 24 hours into this game, and I've had it happen to me twice. It gave me a Spaz 12 and one time, and it gave me a VSS. those like subsonic,
Sure.
integrally
Yeah,
suppressed
yeah.
Russian rifles, and he got that M14, and he got like a M10 pump action shotgun one time, which was really weird, really really weird. I haven't seen anybody talk about that yet within the community space at all, but that is one major bug that I thought was weird because it gave me, I know that SPAS 12 is kind of like a high tier shotgun. Have I been using it? Yeah. I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Am I using it right now? No, because I just got a unique shotgun from a quest I did that has a 10 round mag, so I don't have to individually load them anymore,
Hmm.
So now I have a 10 round mag shotgun.
Wait. Hold on. So I'm just piecing this together. You're saying that when it does this, when the rando gun pops into your hands and the other one goes in the inventory, you get to keep the gun.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Super,
gonna tie it. That's super tight.
super
Like you're not losing
tight, but
anything,
it's
so
weird. The game is hard as shit, so like, win's a win,
I'll
you know
take
what I
it. Yeah,
mean?
right. Well, fuck it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like-
Yeah. But this is what this is like probably one of the most next gen video games that I think I've played, if I'm gonna be honest. Because like I think we've had this conversation where like there's a lot of great games out there, but this is definitely for my PC. I have a pretty average but also tank of a PC.
Mhm.
My GPU is underneath the recommended GPU
Right,
for this game.
right, and you're
I
still
have a
playing it.
3070. Yeah, I'm still playing it, but I had to really, this is why I went to the modding spheres, because I found out that there was some optimization mods that patched the game and made it run better. So I installed those, and I like at first my game was running like 94% of my GPU load. Now I have it
Mm.
at about a 68%, 70 like percent now.
Okay,
Um
okay.
and I even made the not that you need to make the graphics look better, but I did more realistic graphics too on
Yeah.
my optimization, and it looks better. And there is some weird stuttering here and there if you do not optimize it. I assume that they are going to be fixing that within a patch by the end of this week, starting next week, because they have said that they're working on it. The developers have said that in
Yeah,
a
right,
Q&A
right.
in their Discord. Um, this is going to be an in progress review. I'm going to continue playing this game.
Mhm.
I really do like this game. Something that I'm really excited for, but crossing my fingers and not getting my hopes up for, is they said they are going to be introducing co-op to the game too. So I don't know if that's going to be a two-player co-op or more than that, but I assume it's just going to be two-player with how
Okay.
massive the game is. But
Right, right.
I did notice when you are looking at like somebody else playing the game, it says single player mode on it. So that means that it's being tested already in my eyes, you know.
Okay.
So
All right, sir.
if if there's going to be a co-op mode, that's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
There it's got a story baked into it. There's a mystery going on. There's people you're trying to locate. There's crazy monsters. I'm sure I'm going to see more monsters, more crazy environments, more anomalies, different weapons, because I've barely scratched the surface in this game in
Yeah.
my 24 hours. So
Yeah,
I'm
man.
really looking forward to see how this goes.
Well, I mean, Devin, I guess we can do the Garrick here and ask you. Obviously, it's only your first impressions here, but so far in your 24 hours, would you say that this game is a play it now, wait for sale or Game Pass, deep sale, or a hard pass?
I think this is a play it now.
Ooh,
I also
okay.
do want to say that this is a play it now with a certain kind of mindset of a game player. This isn't going to be a bombacious action game. This is going to be an explorative, solve puzzles, survive, and yeah, you just survive and uncover the mystery of Chernobyl. It is a very interesting game, and like I said, it does have its hiccups right now. The game does stutter without some optimization um, patches on it, but the developers have said that they're going to come and upgrade everything and make it run a lot better and add a lot more. They're going to be introducing a roadmap with more content that's going to be coming to the game as well.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But yeah, it's on Game Pass too. If you don't feel like spending the money on it and you just need to try it out, which I do recommend you try the game out. But this is a game where you have to give it an honest effort and probably put in about 2 to 3 hours to really get the vibe of what's going on, in my opinion.
Sure. All right, man. Well, I like to hear it. I don't know if I'm quite sold yet. I might wait until that patch comes. That kind of patches, touches things up a little bit more before I pull the trigger. But yeah,
I could send you the mods. There's only like 4 or 5 that you need that will fix all that, and you can. I'm playing it off of the Game Pass version right now too with mods.
Right.
It's not a problem. So I mean, Sam's using no mods, and he's probably put in like 30 something hours in the game.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, well,
Yeah,
we'll see.
and he's having a good time. So yeah.
All right, man. Well, I digress, sir. Let's talk about the rest of this week, man. It's Thanksgiving, brother. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Wednesday. This guy's seeing a movie. I'm playing video games right here. You can find me in Discord.
No, not here. Not here, goddammit. Not here.
not here, but right here at my desk. I'm playing video games here. Yeah. But Thursday, happy holidays to all those who celebrate. We love and enjoy and are thankful for all of you who listen and watch us.
That's right, baby. We sure are, man.
That's right, Fish Fam. Friday, we have another episode of 20,000 Films as Ernell and company will be reviewing Moana 2, spoiler free.
Chee-hoo, baby, let's go. I'm excited.
Yeah. Not Moana, but I saw the new teaser for Lilo and Stitch, the live action.
Looks good. Looks good. The little sandcastle one. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah,
looks good.
I kind of got hyped. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, you know what? I love that shit.
I'm excited, brother. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Guys, please let us know in the comments or in our Discord how you feel about the latest news stories that we went over today, as well as your experience with Stalker 2, if you've played it, and if you were going to play it after what you heard here today. Well, this has been Good Kraken's Death Ratio, your choice for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. If you liked what you heard, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services wherever you like to watch or listen. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. We have to go, but until next time.
No Russian.
Lots of Russian, actually, in this.